I would consider myself, I would say, mostly a musician. I started as a guitarist when I was 14 or whatever, and the classical thing, wanted to be a rock star and stuff like that. I went to GIT in Los Angeles. It was a guitar school that was really hip in the metal years, actually, so something like 90. I think I was there 1995, and then I came back and I chose Berlin as the town to move, because it was definitely music I want to focus on, and everybody was saying don't go to Berlin, go to Munich or go to Cologne, and I said I'm not sure, and like, really, if you want to do something in the media business, go to Cologne or whatever. And actually in the long term run it really came out that Berlin was the perfect choice. I actually just wanted to produce my music, and then I started buying drum computers and samplers. I actually just wanted to make a backing track for my guitar playing, and then I realized that I really came slightly into the electronic music and produced drum and bass really in the something 1995, and went more into hip hop. I think Berlin is a little bit overhyped, but that's all about, a hype is always not totally realistic, I would say, you know. But at the end of the day, it's a great city, and there's good nightlife, and the rents are cheap, and I think that was always a good environment for artists and musicians, and I think that lots of good stuff can happen here, and I think it's very important that the people living here, that they connect more, you know, more doing stuff together, because especially in electronic music, the fear is really big that everybody's working on his own, and I think the most interesting stuff was made when lots of different people work together. I met Terra Nova in 2000, I think, or it was 99 or something. We're working on a German movie together on the score. We worked on one track, and that went really well, and actually it was kind of logical that the next step that we were working together on the next album, that was Hitchhiking Non-Stop at that time on K7. And yeah, turned out to be a really good album. I still like it. I think it's one of the best that's one I'm really proud of, I would say, definitely. In Terra Nova I was the gear slut, and I was the guy who really liked mixing and buying all this gear and whatever. And on one hand I just bought it for myself, because it was always difficult for me to tell another mixer how I wanted certain stuff to sound like. We just started doing Lotter Boys, and that was just a really fresh thing, and and that was basically the kind of same thing like Terra Nova from the setup. It was Fetish Me. Lotter Boys was from the beginning. The concept was having a more live orientated band. It was really, we had in mind that we want to perform the songs live, and it was with Terra Nova we were just producing, and we didn't care about whether we're gonna play that live and in what kind of way or whatever. But all the time I was doing stuff under my shapemod name as well. Stuff actually that came out on Suicide Recordings. It's a sub-label of Eskimo Recording in Belgium, and I brought out an EP featuring Jamie Liddell and Snacks, and it was fun. That was always important for me, doing my solo stuff as well. I think it's amazing what we can do right now with all this technology. I'm for sure I'm a gear slut. I really like this new stuff, but definitely doesn't guarantee that that great music is coming out. It's actually, if you're looking back, it's every century and every like the 80s, the 90s and whatever. It was always great music. I mixed some stuff for Mocky, I mixed and produced some stuff for Sophie O, and I mixed the last Snacks record. I mixed stuff for Terence Fixmer and for the Fixmer McCarthy project they're working on. It's the kind of work I really like because I can step back a little bit, and it's not totally my music, and the only thing I have to do is that it sounds as good as possible and help the artist as good as possible to reach their goals, and that can be really nice and it can be really much more comfortable than compared to working on your own track and just with the pressure to bring it to a point where you want to have it. And yeah, I really like mixing. It's great, and time pressure is not so big very often, and so that's very important. I really like a relaxed atmosphere working, and yeah, that's all what I gotta do. And that's one part I do. It's mixing and producing for other people and doing my own stuff. The most important thing I think for a musician is that you develop your own sound, and that everybody says, okay, that's for sure that shapemod or whatever, this is that, and because yeah, with everything, especially with electronic music, it's hard to find your own sound. I always wanted to serve people in a way with my music. I would say that I hope to get excited with music, that other people get excited as well.